Sustainability is a word that defines continuity. It's simply the ability to continuously maintain and support a process over time. Our life solely depends on our essential needs, and food security is one of these major requirements. While fulfilling our needs without compromising any future necessities of the upcoming generations is a huge responsibility, especially when we think about how to maintain resilience against future threats. In the last couple of years, and in a weak and frail world economy, the COVID-19 pandemic was a kickstart in a thread of challenges which getting intensively increasing year by year, starting from economic challenges, high energy prices, political and military tensions between Russia and Ukraine, two of the world's biggest grain exporters, are unnerving the global fertilizer market as well. All these factors combined made fertilizer supplies unreliable around the world. Farmers near and far fear a decline in global fertilizer supplies, triggering world food shortages and even famines in different parts of the world, including Africa and Asia. Despite everything, the Arab fertilizer industry was capable to prove resilient actions during these challenging times. The Arab producers kept on continuous production without any stoppage, to reflect a great example among all industries. In addition to what the fertilizer industry constitutes as a main input to the agricultural sector, the most common mineral fertilizers are those based on nitrogen, N, phosphorus, P, and potassium, K, which are the NPK components as essential nutrient inputs. On the other hand, the fertilizer industry also contributes to the economies of the Arab-producing countries, where the Arab fertilizer industry represents a large proportion of the total world exports, exceeding 65% of the global rock phosphate trade volume, 40% of urea, and 49% of the global trade in super triple phosphate, while more than 80% of the world trade of diammonium phosphate. Our area, the Arab region, is no stranger to fertilizer production and use, as it's essential for our agricultural improvement, also behind the responsibility to feed the world. Arab producers were supplying nutrients to continue their major role in feeding the world. However, we still believe that as much as the global fertilizer industry faces tremendous challenges, it has the potential to grow if it only addresses the situation properly in a fast-paced, changing world, as it can be a theory of change for sustainable agriculture systems. Notably, the global economy and climate aspects are key challenges for all future developments, as many topics are involved in this regard, ranging from adaptation and mitigation to renewable energy and green transition to cope with the effects of the climate crisis. The change in weather patterns cause crops to fail or even destroy crop production. Even more, human-induced climate change and extreme weather conditions are eroding arable lands and reducing crop production. Greater concentrations of CO2 in the atmosphere are having devastating impacts on crop productivity and soil fertility. Unprecedented heat waves in the past few years bake crops in the fields and force thousands of growers out of the market, threatening the supply of food for people all over the world and directly affecting our food security in the present and future. The world is in desperate need to accelerate decarbonization and green energy transition for growth sustainability and to avoid any future shocks which may affect the upcoming generations. Today is a journey to build a new resilient food system and drive sustainability all the way. And under the theme, Building Resilience to Sustainable Food Security, we would like to welcome you to the 29th edition of the AFA Annual Fertilizer Conference and Exhibition.